You should be more careful. Snake. The inner walls of this storage facility are more fragile than they look. With the way you planted that bomb, the blast would have been far too powerful. You would have ended up cutting off your own escape route. You're so focused on completing the mission that you neglected your own personal safety. Nasty habits are hard to kick. Hey, Snake.
Python, you dismantled the bomb, but you couldn't have had enough time.
Time? I had plenty. All I had to do was flash freeze the detonator, and poof! No more explosion. Sure is hot in here.
Python, so you were alive all this time. What happened to your body?
It has been a while, Snake. How long's it been since our last mission together? Nearly 10 years? We were both so very young back then.
Yeah, when the boss vanished, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. You were there to save me. You were one of the few people I could always count on in battle. But I thought you were dead. You were wounded on that top-secret mission in Vietnam.
Yes, I was. At one point, I was within an inch of death. My body lost the ability to regulate its temperature. Left unchecked, it would rise continuously, uncontrollably. Eventually, my body would literally burn itself up. Without this suit and its liquid nitrogen filling, I wouldn't be able to survive more than half a day. But this suit has also made me a superior soldier. Look at this stage I control. Not even your famous CQC will work on me.
But Python, why? You're a good man. Why join Gene's rebellion?
It's my salvation, Snake. Do you have any idea why the CIA let me live this long? They're afraid of you, Snake. You're a legend, a hero. You bested the boss. The CIA knows it. So they searched for a soldier strong enough to take you down if you ever betrayed them. They chose me. I'm the anti-Snake. And I'm the one man who can break you! Ever since I came back to Fox, I've been sent to do nothing but wet works, so as to keep my assassin instincts nice and sharp. Can you recall those you've killed in battle, Snake? I do. I have nightmares about them, nearly every night. They won't leave me alone. But I've spilled far too much blood by now to ever make amends. The nightmares end today.
Python, don't.
I've been waiting for this moment. The moment when we could meet each other face to face on the battlefield as enemies. Snake, after I've killed you, my purpose will be fulfilled. Let's go! Amazing, Snake. I can see why the CIA was afraid of you. Now I'll never have to take another life. Looks like I got my salvation after all.
That's enough, Python. No more talk.
What do you think you're doing, Snake?
I'm trying to keep the liquid nitrogen from leaking out of your suit.
Don't do it, Snake. You can't. Your arms will freeze solid before it.
Same Python as ever. Going gets rough, and he gets all hot under the collar.
What?
You still owe me money from our last poker game. I can't have you dying on me yet.
Here I am, still watching your ass. Remember this, Snake. I followed Gene because he promised redemption. But soldiers like us won't find redemption in the good of the nation or the hatred of an enemy. Soldiers need a hero. They need a man for whom they can gladly risk their lives. Can you bear the burden of knowing that you hold your men's lives in your hands, Snake? If not, you'll never beat Gene.
Intruder detected. Releasing perfect soldier. Number known. Take him into custody.
So, this is Null, the perfect soldier. What is this guy?
Why? Why do you still live?
What the hell's he talking about?
No man can meet the perfect soldier in battle and survive, but you won't die. Why?
These moves. I know these moves. It was in Mozambique.
Stay right where you are, Snake. Hey, you've been quite a handful, I'll give you that. Good work, perfect soldier. Your mission is complete. Your mission is over, no. At ease. Sure. Only a puppet after all.
Looks like you've done quite a number on this one. Intel extracted via physical torture is unreliable. It has always been my understanding that a skilled interrogator doesn't have to resort to inflicting pain on his subject.
You're right, Commander. But it all depends on the time and the place. This man used to be a member of Fox. For him, this doesn't even qualify as torture. I was simply saying hello.
I see. As a fellow Fox, you know his limits. Still, it's not easy getting information out of him. Is it, Cunningham?
He is a tough one, I'll give him that. But his resilience will be his undoing. This time, I'll get the location of the remaining legacy, for sure.
Can you do it?
It's not part of my normal regimen, but there is a way.
Drugs? Truth serum won't work on a member of Fox.
While he was away from the battlefield, they developed a new formula.
Confessions extracted via truth serum can't be trusted. More so if you're using a stronger formula. He could fall apart before you even have the chance to question him. You know that as well as I. Why the hurry, Cunningham?
It seemed the ideal way to handle it, from an efficiency perspective.
All right, then. But I want to talk to him first.
Be my guest. Truth serums also have an anesthetic effect. If I use it before he recovers his strength, I can't make him hurt. Let's let him taste the fear a little while longer.
You've been awake all this time. You'd make a formidable opponent. I can see now why you've inherited the title of boss. And yet, you are troubled. Who are you loyal to? Why do you fight? What is a country? A soldier? Have you lost sight of these things? That's why you retired from Fox. But here you are back on the battlefield. Once you've inherited the soul of a warrior, you can never leave the battlefield. Allow me to share a story. This whole business about stealing Metal Gear, it was all a setup from the beginning. The idea was the CIA's. They were planning to give the American-developed Metal Gear to the Russians, giving the enemy a new weapon of their own design. Do you know why?
Enlighten me.
To prolong the Cold War. The failure of its planned economy has left the Soviet Union's finances in shambles. On top of that, thanks to the boss's work 6 years ago, they lost the philosopher's legacy. The Russians can no longer sustain the massive military spending demanded by the Cold War. And now America, in addition to acquiring the legacy, has succeeded in deploying MIRVs in battle, and is moving to cement her military superiority through the ongoing strategic arms limitation talks. At this rate, the global balance of power will soon collapse, and before long the Cold War will have ended. And when that happens, the CIA's importance will have diminished considerably.
The CIA is giving Metal Gear to the Russians to maintain the balance of power?
Metal Gear is a weapon far more advanced than any MIRV. It would be a most valuable trump card for Moscow. One that would render SALT irrelevant. The world would move away from compromise and accommodation, and once again split in two. The age of soldiers and spies would continue. Fox's orders from the CIA were not to guard Metal Gear during transport, but to steal it, and then to pretend to defect to the Soviet Union. A clever plan on the part of the CIA, all designed to protect its organizational interests.
No. No way. I don't believe it.
This is what you call your country.
So that's why you staged a rebellion.
I will create a world I desire. Just as soldiers have need of talented officers, men have need of talented leaders. Leaders capable of granting guidance to the world. I was created for that purpose.
Created?
Have you heard of the Successor Project?
No.
It was a top-secret experiment conducted by the U.S. government. Its goal, to create the ultimate battlefield commander. The skills to wage war, the aptitude for strategy, the endurance to return from battle alive, and the charisma to overwhelm and master the hearts of soldiers. My voice is endowed with a special power. Another product of the Successor Project. And the soldier they chose as the model leader was none other than the legend herself, the boss.
The boss?
I received these gifts. I inherited them. Snake, you inherited the title of boss. You were her last disciple. You and I are like brothers, and as such, I couldn't possibly kill you now. Make yourself comfortable, brother, for you're about to witness the creation of my new world.